She don't have no chill when it comes to me.
I don't have no chill on anyone. Let's be real.
You don't, but you get extra points by punching on me. That's just our relationship, but
He act like it's the Mario game, and when I say the coins is going up, no.
that's how I do coins. Listen, I don't care. We see each other at a funeral. She starts
Me
immediately.
Immediately, soon as she see me. Why you wear this dirty uniform to a funeral?
And guess what? That sounds like her. She has no filter at all.
None.
He is lying. I might say don't touch me because he got on that.
You asked me why did I have that dirty uniform on at a funeral?
I don't remember that. Was that one of my uncles or what? Who cousin? Who was it?
Yeah, that was your uncle.
Well, then that's probably why. So anyway.
Check out Swap Radio Thursdays, 7 p.m. at onfire-tv.com.
Hello. Welcome to Swap Radio. Here we are survivors with a purpose. And we just like to encourage and share stories and topics that anyone, the average person, can be dealing with at the time. We like to encourage, motivate, even give resources that you may, can use or whatever in your life. Today has been a crazy day for myself. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm here. I'm here to enlighten you and start some controversy and all those other things. I'm here along with my co-host, Tony, somewhere. He's working, of course. That's all he did.
I'm here.
Right, working. But anyway, we're going to give our social media real quick. We're going to jump into the topic so we can get out of here because he's at work. And, yeah, that's basically it. And it's Thursday night football, so, we want to make sure we're able to, adapt and get to the football. Well, you won't. You work late tonight, Tony?
Say that again.
You work late?
I'm working late today. Yeah, I got you on the headphones. For some reason, not connecting to my headphones.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I could hear you at first. But real quick, let me just.
Yeah, it's not connected to my headphones.
I can hear you. So let me give you
right, you just
social media. Hold on, Tony, because you're working and you're doing a lot. Listen for a second. Okay, to follow the radio show, you're gonna like us on Facebook at Swap Radio Show. We're also on Instagram at Swap Radio Show. We rarely use TikTok, but we are there on TikTok. Same thing, Swap Radio Show. If you would like to be a guest, you send an email to theswapradioshow@gmail.com. You can follow me, myself, my personal page on Instagram, Monica WLS and the number 2. You can also follow me on TikTok. Tony, are you there?
Tony Berger on all social media platforms.
I like when you say that because he says we worldwide.
We is worldwide. I had to get out the machine.
And we appreciate you for that. We can tell you working, big money. But listen.
Small money.
Small money. Okay, so
small
anyway,
money.
Y'all can tune in here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Yes, here at onfire-tv.com. You can check us out the live show on Thursdays at 7, but you can log on at any time to watch any previous shows. So, Tony, I say we jump right into the topic, right? So,
let's go. My headphones keep going in and out, but let's go.
Okay, so sometime in life, some of our topics will come from things that happen in our life. And I wasn't going to share this at first, but I am now. But one of my brothers was at my parents' house. He saw pictures of my children. And he said if he was one of the grandkids, he would feel some kind of way because it was no pictures of them up over there. But immediately, I said, if you don't print pictures and you don't give pictures, because nowadays people just send the pictures through the text message. You text somebody, here, look at this picture of my child, or here you go. But yes, I give my parents pictures of my children. They give them pictures. What do you expect? What are you gonna see? The pictures that they give them. Now, this brother didn't say this, but it has been said that my parents treat my children like they're the favorites. Like my children are the favorite grandkids. I don't believe it. I don't see it, but hey, if that's what they believe. So today's topic is, do grandparents have a favorite? Do they treat the children differently? So I posted it on social media, and baby, the responses, some say they do and some say they don't. But let me ask Tony, do you feel like your grandparents or parents, whichever ones, had a favorite grandchild? And do your parents treat any children as if they're the favorite grandchild?
Well, my mother has favorites. She even says she has favorites. She even said who her favorite is. So it don't bother me none because I treat all my nieces and nephews the same. Far as my grandparents, my grandmother on my mother's side was the one I was around the most growing up. Me and my cousin Sharia's son, Kavon, was her favorite. But I don't know. Like, my mother is flat out Jordan. But I don't do the favorites. So, and a lot of my siblings, my nieces and nephews, some of them said to me that they felt some type of way that Jordan was the favorite. So it's the kids that seen it that said something to me. Yeah,
I mean, your mother has claimed it. She admits that that's her favorite.
Yeah.
See, yeah, my parents don't do that. I just feel like they're treated accordingly. My parents see my kids all the time. My daughters drive. They can drive and go there. My sons, they can catch a bus and go there. I mean, I don't understand. One stays there. Like, I don't get it. I don't see it that way. I do have a favorite. I'm guilty of that. But I only have one grandchild. So she is my favorite. She is definitely my favorite. She is the only one. Now, if another grandchild comes along, they will be treated the same way. Spoiled.com. They're just going to be spoiled. That's just what it is. However, I did get an inbox on this topic because, like I said, I made it a post. I'll read some of those comments, but I want to read this anonymous statement from someone. It will be on the screen in a moment. However, this person wanted to share their story, but they wanted to remain anonymous. 5 or 4. Anyway, her statement says, some grandparents do have favorites. I know my kids' other side grandmother definitely do, and she shows it. My kids feels and knows they are being treated differently to the point where they don't call her grandma. When we with their dad and he visit her, they want to know why. Oh God, I can't even finish it because I feel like it's.
I'm gonna finish it for you. The kids have,
Y'all just go ahead, listen. Because I know the person is irritating to me. But yeah, Tony, go ahead and finish it.
So the kid feel like every time they go see their grandparents, and I'm speaking from what I know because I know the kid. Chill, listen. I'm not gonna say nothing, but listen. The person has said I have had conversations with the same person and the children involved have said that when they go to their grandparents' house, their grandmother, that they feel different, and that they ask, why do they have to go there? Why are they there when they're there? Yes, it's real like that. So I know I'm not going, because I'm not going to say I'm not going to say everything because it's going to reveal who the person is. So I know that a conversation took place because I was informed, or I ain't gonna say I was informed, through gossiping in the family or out in the streets. You tend to hear rumors. So it was rumored that one person went and talked to their sibling about that topic, and their sibling is supposed to have went and talked to, or is supposed to go and talk to the grandmother or bring the grandmother up on that. So I heard that running through the streets about that situation. Yeah.
So how would you handle that though?
I would go sit down and talk to the person. Like, yo, this is how these kids feel. Like, you need to do something about that, because these kids shouldn't feel that way, and they're your grandkids. You feel me? Like, it shouldn't be that way. So I'm going to the person. I'm going straight to the person. You feel what I'm saying? Because if I'm wearing a shoe, I don't want my nieces and nephews feeling that way. So I have no cut cards when it comes to any of my nieces and nephews, and all of them will tell you that Uncle Tony don't have no favors. He don't treat none of us differently. So as a uncle, and I see that my parents are favoring one grandchild over another, yeah, I'm going to say something.
I didn't realize that type of stuff happened.
Huh?
I said I didn't realize that type of stuff happened, because I know my children and my parents and the other grandkids. It's like I just feel like because they spend so much time with them, their relationship is different. And I can say that even if it relates to my children, I spend more time with my daughters than I do my sons. So our relationship is a little different. However, I have no favorite. Okay. I don't. I just don't. It's not like, oh well, she buys me this, or she does this for me, or she makes me laugh. He makes me cry. I like this one more. It's none of that. It's just that, because of the different personalities, you have to treat them differently. But I don't see it.
See, for me,
like, even looking at my parents, some children that I know lived in my parents' house have a totally different relationship with the children that lived nowhere near like the city. But those children know and love my mother. You can pick up a phone. At this point, my mother only has 3 minor grandchildren. Even as minors, they can all still pick up their phone and call. And let me stop saying my mother, because my father is still alive as well. They are still together after all these bunch of years. But their grandchildren can pick up the phone and call them, but they don't.
and see, and while you on that point right there, we have to make a clear distinction between favoritism and spending time with each other. Because just because one grandchild spends a lot more time with the grandmother than the other grandchild, that don't make them a favorite. That just means that they're
That's
more.
the problem. There's the problem right there. Because you want to stick to the word favorite. That's what needs to be taken out of a vocabulary, because that's what causes tension and friction in a family. We have a question on the side, and it says, do you think your boys feel like the girls are your favorites? That was said before. My youngest son said that. However, I don't have any favorites. It's just that my girls live with me and they don't. That does not mean that they're my favorites. If they think for a half a second that I don't want to punch them like right here in their throat, like I want to punch them in their throats, they crazy. That's not it. That's definitely not it. I would love to do this a whole lot of times, but violence is only teaching them violence, right? So I don't punch them in their throat. I just get them another way. But no, my son used to be like, "Oh, you buy them? They get more than me." They did. He used to say that, but that was during the time when, like, he wears a size 11 shoe. I buy you some shoes, they're $200. I buy one of them a pair of shoes, they are $90. So it's a difference. So if I say I'm gonna spend $200 on each of you, you get your $200 shoes, but she can get $90 shoes plus some clothes because she didn't spend her whole $200. So it's not that I'm doing more. You guys get to spend the same amount, but you won't look at something less. You want to get this amount. You know what I mean? But no, stop. They don't think that. No, I'm not reading no more of these comments over there because we are supposed to be talking about the grandparents. Now, I posted this on social media earlier, and I do have some responses. And I did not ask these people if they wanted their names read, so therefore I won't. One says, my grandmother treats me and my sister the same, which I believe this is her mother's mother. If she gives one, she gives the other. Now, on my dad's side, yes, we all get treated way different. She has her picks. Sometimes it's the dad's side, but let me keep moving because I don't even with my father's side too much. I like y'all a little bit, Tony. You know, Tony tried to get me with that favorite cousin stuff the other day, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna read a couple more comments.
I ain't going there either because I am everybody's favorite.
You're not my favorite. I'm just saying. So anyway,
we the same. We don't have favorites.
So another comment says, my grandmother treats all her grandchildren equal or the same. No one is better than the other. None of us get special treatment by any means. Now, if she asks you to do something, she'll put a little something in your hand and whisper to you, don't say nothing. Don't say anything about this. Meaning, don't tell nobody else I gave you a couple $1. I get that, right? This one was cute. It said, quiet as kept. I was my grandmother's favorite. I was so disappointed at her funeral when I found out she was slipping. Change to all of them others. So basically she was slipping money to the others and not her, maybe. I don't know. If you're watching, please clarify your statement that I had to edit. But she's also a grandmother of 5. She said, I love all of them to pieces, but I'm honest. There's something special about that first one. In my heart, I have no favor, but in my truth, he's very, very special. So clearly she has a favorite. Okay. I'm sure Gwenny don't care. We can read her statement. She said, Grandma treat all of us the same. And I give all, I'm not going to decipher this. It's a little confusing. But she said that her baby has her wrapped around her finger, her grandbaby. But she also said that Stanley was the favorite. Not you, Tony.
Well, I would say this because this goes back to my point about spending time with a person and being a favorite. My grandmother was hands down calling me every single day to come see her. And my cousin Sharia can vouch this. I was going giving my grandmother money so Pavon could go to the store for my grandmother, sneaking my grandmother Pepsis and all that. So her last days when she was getting sick and she couldn't have this, that, and the other, I was going to take her, get her, whatever. See my grandmother walking, I give her everything. My grandmother, I got it. Like Stanley was around her because my grandmother sat on my aunt porch every day. But my grandmother was not calling them like she was calling me. Me and Kavon was hands down my grandmother's favorite. No cap.
Oh Lord. Well, Yeah, most of the people. Another one said that she said her grandbaby got her wrapped around her finger. I think our granddaughters do that to us though. I really believe that. I really
I
believe
think
that.
I think a lot of grandparents holds favorites to the older child. They're like the first grandchild. I think because seeing the people that I know have favorites is always that oldest grandchild. And then that comment you read just kind of like solidified that. But also, it's something about families that have, like my family has a bunch of boys, and that one girl came along, everybody swiddled around the girl. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
my family can't take me, so I don't even know. I don't even know about that.
Now I'm
They
just
don't.
saying,
And I
I'm
say when
not
I
saying
say my family, I don't mean y'all. I mean like with the siblings and they women. I do get along with some of these women, just not all of them. And I honestly think that even that, like, let me tell you this running joke I used to say, and this is probably why my brothers even feel this way from what they women used to say. But I always used to be like, they know my children are their grandchildren. They don't. I'm sorry, it's still funny to me because it was a joke. It
I
was a
know
joke.
why.
Everybody
Yeah,
watched Maury Coast. Like everybody watched Maury. And I used to be like, I'm gonna take my brothers on Maury.
you ain't no good.
It was a joke. It was a joke. And then like my sister-in-law that passed away. She's one that I did like. Um, she passed away, and when she said to me, like we had a conversation, she said, I don't like when you say that. It's like you saying I slept around or something. And I'm like, well, you know what? I didn't think of it like that. And if that bothers you, then I won't say that anymore. So I stopped saying it. But since she passed away, have I said it? Yes. I mean, she's no longer here. So I'm not
So
offending
you
her.
can't offend her, right?
So but I have, and if I felt like it, I'll say it today. But there's no child within our circle at this point within my family that I would be like, oh, I want a DNA test. They too grown. First of all, it's nobody that I question. If you say it's yours, then it's yours. It was just a joke that I had. Some people took it to heart, and I feel like maybe you took it to heart because it was some truth in it. I don't know. I don't know. But I will tell you this. I know that mine are mine. So I know that they're their grandchildren. Because I'm the only girl. Like, come on. It's all right. It's all right. It's cool. Now, with my grandmother, because I didn't meet my grandfathers. Um, Honestly, my mother's father, I cannot even remember the age. I know I was maybe 6, 7, I don't know. He passed away. My mother took us to the funeral. Me and my brother, that's a year and some change older than me. We went to the funeral. That's how I still didn't meet him. I just saw him in a casket. Um, my dad's father, I didn't meet until let me bring it back. I didn't meet. He was, which is the side of family where Tony comes from. He was dying, and my father was like, oh, "I want y'all to come around here with me, and you know, meet." But I never want to see somebody like real sick, so I didn't even go in there. I did meet people, but I didn't go where he was in the house when he was sick. But so technically I didn't meet them, so I can't say we had no relationship. So no, I wasn't a favorite. My grandmother, somebody may not like this, but I don't even think we were speaking when she passed away. Um, she was okay. She was okay at one point, but as you get older and you hear stories, whether people can lie if they want, but when you hear stories about how they treated your parents, I didn't like the things I heard about how she treated my father or my mother. Um, so that helped bridge the gap between us. But one day, um, this is when I really like cut ties. But I was driving. She was on the bus stop, and it's like, oh, it's my grandmother. Wait a minute. So I pulled over to the bus stop, and I'm like, Grandma, where you going? Let me take you where you going. She started looking around. If y'all seen my father, see me, I look like my father. It had not been that many years since it wasn't years since she seen me. Like, I asked her, does she need a ride? Does she want a ride? She looking around. People on the bus stop like, hey, she's talking to you. I guess it's your granddaughter. She's asking you if you want a ride. I don't know her. I was like, you right. You going to stand your ass on that bus stop. I pulled off. And I never, ever said anything else to her, anything of the sort. I have decided to let that go. And I let it go. I see my cousins post happy birthday to her and all that. I say nothing. I have nothing to say. Nothing to say. Nope, that's it. I mean, I used to stay with my aunt in the summertime. She lived at my aunt's house. So you're not going to tell me you didn't know who I was. You did know. You definitely knew.
She just didn't like.
To be honest, and all of them knew. Like, I think I even told my grandma, my aunt, and I listened. My aunt Glenda. Today, our relationship is a whole lot better. I used to stay over her house in the summer, but I stopped going because of her daughter. But I'm not gonna go there on this show. However, today, the relationship is so much better. But I remember one day she was like, "Did I ever beat you?" I said, "No." And if you try to, I'm gonna call my mother. Mind you, this is my father's sister on his mother's side. My mother is an only child on her mother's side, so I was like, and I'm gonna call my mother. I never stayed another night at her house. She right said, "This little smart wench ain't staying in my house." That was funny. But no, let me get back to the to the meat and potatoes. My supervisor said that one day, y'all. That was funny. Anyway, so my mother's mother, please. I don't know if I was her favorite, but everybody say I act like that, so I don't know. I don't know. She never said she had a favorite. So I don't know. And of course, I've known her, like, grew up living doors away from each other. Her watching my kids, all that good stuff. Yeah. I would like to think I was her favorite. I don't know. I should ask my mother that question. I don't know.
She gonna tell you ain't no favorites.
I don't know. But if you let my daughters tell it, my youngest daughter be like, "Oh, I'm grandma fave." My oldest daughter say she my father's fave. So that's just what kids. That's what they do. I don't do that mess. I don't have a favorite. I mean, I do have a favorite grandchild. But
from the outside looking in, just the times I've been around, they're the two that they go to the most.
They're the only ones.
That's what I'm saying. Like she goes to your mother, and the older one goes to your father. That's like what every time I come around, that's like where they cling at.
I think they were both of them. I'm honestly.
But I see your daughters at their house more than anybody.
Oh well, wait a minute, because my son stayed there, so that ain't it. But
now I'm saying the times that I've been there.
Let me say this.
Remember the times that I went there, your son was always down there sitting on the step with my little brother. So the one son.
You talking about my youngest son?
Yeah, the one. So the other one, I rarely ever see him. I still get their names confused.
You don't see the oldest one.
That's the one I never see. Yeah, because the other one, I don't think he's been around Terrell much lately. But I ain't been down there that much myself. So
my youngest son, he got a whole nother situation. He can't go see Terrell. He can't come see me right now. Okay, because he acting up.
Life gets us like that.
He gotta act right. But I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. It is what they can say. I know they say that they got me. They used to say, your daughter can say whatever she want to say, and y'all don't say nothing. I can say what I want to say. Because can't none of y'all check me. I don't care. Y'all just can't. I don't think they let me get away with anything. I just think that I'm just me and they know that. I am my grandmother. Period.
I don't know who I am in my family. I'm different than everybody.
Listen, people that are not here, that are not in Baltimore, if they see me or see a video that I posted, them PA people will be like, "You act just like you act just like Lonnie." I'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
I don't know, but favorites, I don't know who the favorite was, because I used to think it was my oldest brother. Like, dang, they be looking out for him. You ask for it, yeah, yeah. I don't know, but anyway, I guess never mind now, because I guess homeboy done walked away from the thing. But let me take these off. I'm tired of these. These are my Ravens bracelets. Let me go ahead and show y'all these. Yeah, ain't they nice? Dang. Go ahead. Don't act like you don't see that. You see it? Look at that. You don't think it's beautiful? You know. He should have did that when he walked away. No, you wasn't. Oh my goodness, somebody's asking.
I am here.
I bet. Anyway. Listen. This is a very interesting topic because people, I guess it's the only way they can reply. Is in my inbox. I know y'all hear like my phone going ting, ting, ting. They replying to what we saying. Somebody done replied. 2 people replied to what Tony said. Listen.
What part?
You was not the favorite.
Okay, let them believe that. I know differently.
Oh Lord. Look at this comment box over here. But anyway. Anyway, what we need to do is take a short break to come up with our next topic. However, you guys can send your messages. I don't know how you're looking. I have somebody that want to come on, but they're going to stand by for a second. We're going to take a quick break and bring up our next topic. But I think this is interesting. I say this, people, no favorites. Do not have favorites. It's not good. It make the other kids.
I agree.
So let's keep this. When you agreeing, just know I have no favorite cousin.
I don't have no favorites. I'm just saying.
You say you everybody's favorite cousin. There are no favorite cousins.
Because that's what's always said to me.
I don't say that. So listen, y'all. We'll be right back with the next topic. It's gonna be juicy. Please don't go anywhere. Stay right here.
Looking for food that feeds your soul? Hoodfellas Bistro and Catering is your local African-American-owned restaurant offering American cuisine. Located across from the courthouse, we offer daily jury specials to reward civic duty. Enjoy our full-service restaurant and fully stocked bar. Dine in, pick up, delivery, and catering. Our themed happy hours feature live music, handcrafted drinks, and weekly specials. Book your private event at hoodfellowsbistrocatering.com.
Today's broadcast was brought to you in part by City View Bar and Grill. City View is a family-friendly, casual dining bar and restaurant, providing high-quality food and good old-fashioned friendly service. At City View Bar and Grill, you can live every hour like it's happy hour. The food is mouth-watering, the atmosphere is fun, energetic, and mature. Located at 6700 Security Boulevard in Gwynn Oak, Maryland, a.k.a. Woodlawn, it is the City View Bar and Grill. Stop in today or visit cityviewmd.com. That's cityviewmd.com. The 2022 Baltimore Crown Awards goes down Saturday, November the 19th at the Garage, 6 Lafayette Avenue in Baltimore. This year's celebration is an Emerald Party. There is a dress code. It's emerald green, and that is to celebrate the 16-year anniversary of the Baltimore Scene movement. Please come dressed in the theme and the color for a visual unity that reflects the theme for the evening. It's hosted by comedian Desi Alexander. You can cast your votes right now. Visit thebaltimorescene.org. We'll see you Saturday, November the 19th, 2022 for the Baltimore Crown Awards. The defense wanted to call a forensic accountant. And this accountant is supposed to testify that Mosby's net worth declined by at least 30% in the spring of 2020 as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Oh, and the prosecution hates that. See, because here's my thing. Every business was affected by COVID, unless your business was to spread COVID. So the prosecution's like, oh, no, she's going to actually prove her case. We don't want this to happen. We don't want any testimony from this witness. So they didn't want the testimony. Of course, this at the core is her defense. Mosby had a travel-related business. The travel industry was impacted severely by COVID.
It's the Diamond K Show. Hear it on FireTV.com.
Welcome back. Listen, y'all, I'm so sorry to be coming back and be laughing, but if you stay tuned for those commercials, right? When Diamond K said everybody's business was affected by COVID, unless your business was to spread COVID. His whole delivery of that. Oh, goodness. Wait a minute. That was too funny to me. I don't know if it was funny to anybody else.
It was funny to me too, but I'm trying to keep my composure because the facial expression and the way he said it was fucking hilarious.
Listen, I believe I saw that like when I was scrolling.
And then when he said it, he had like a little slight spin in the chair.
Listen. Oh my gosh, I got tears in my eyes. That was funny. I'm sorry. All right. Let me get myself back together before they be like, it's not even, somebody watching is like, it's not even that funny.
Shit, if it wasn't.
So anyway, let's get to the next topic. So someone that me and Tony both know, how we're related to, made a post on Facebook. And I try not to comment on his post because I feel like he'll, he's my son peer. He's not my peer. Okay. Some of his posts are very immature. And this is one. As a boyfriend or girlfriend, first of all, I'm not calling the man my boyfriend. But as a boyfriend or girlfriend, you shouldn't be talking to nobody, the grammar in this. You shouldn't be talking to nobody that liked you, had you, or you used to have sexual relations with. Let me put that in the nice. Okay? Now, to me, this statement reads, someone is controlling, they're jealous, and they have mad insecurities. Okay? Now, tell me what you get from this statement. And I'm going to call it a statement. I don't see any punctuation. I don't see any periods. I don't see, it's not even worded correctly. However, Tony, what do you get from this statement?
It screams crazy to me. That's control all the way. Like the statement has very little truth to it. The dynamic of that relationship, if you had sexual intercourse with a person, you shouldn't be still going out on dates. But as far as like talking, it's just communication. But when you're secure in who you are and you're secure in your relationship and trust is there, that's irrelevant. That statement is controlling to me.
Well, listen, let me say this. Let's go to the first. Let's just break it down. Let's dissect this a little bit. You shouldn't be talking to nobody, anyway, that liked you. How do I know
Who liked me?
this person liked me? I don't understand. Okay, had you? What do you mean had? Is that the same thing as had sexual intercourse with me?
That's what I took from it. That's what I took from it.
So why is there an or? In any event,
Had you could also mean that you was their boyfriend or girlfriend. So that would be an ex.
yeah, but I mean, didn't I have sex with my ex?
So as a boyfriend or girlfriend, you shouldn't be talking to an ex. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm saying it. You shouldn't be talking to a person that had you, like you're my ex.
Yeah, but I mean, I had sex with. I mean, listen, you even was my, F buddy, by, I just don't get it. I feel like it's a very immature statement. Very, very immature statement. When you meet people, a bigger question. When you meet people, do you sit down and say, hey, I used to mess with this person, that person, this person? You will never know unless I tell you that I've been intimate with this person or this person liked me. How would you know? And it seems like, I mean, at this point, I do have friends, or exes, I should say, as well, that I have dealt with, and we remain friends, platonic friends. Like nothing else happened. I believe it's possible. Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, I have friends that I've been involved with that since that day, it has been nothing else since then. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is very possible that it can happen. You know what I mean? Like, I got best friend homegirls that I have never had any type of intercourse with. You know what I'm saying? Any type of sexual relationship. You know what I'm saying? But their spouse or whoever don't think that we should be friends because they felt it's more there. You know what I mean? That's why I said that statement is controlling.
Do you make any flirty comments?
No, I'm a flirt, so probably so. But
Well,
it's not.
that's exactly why, sir.
But it's probably not like if you say good morning, beautiful to a person, that could be considered flirting. But that's just how I address a lot of females.
So you send those good morning texts?
I do not.
Hmm.
I'm very inconsistent when it comes to um and I'm gonna tell you firsthand, I'm very inconsistent when it comes to a good morning text, trying to flirt with a person, trying to get to know a person. I'm very inconsistent. You might get a good morning text today, you might not get another one for a whole nother month.
Oh no, see that's what I don't like. I like consistency.
See,
But no,
I'm not. So I'm telling everybody, I'm very inconsistent. So you're not gonna get good morning texts and shit from me.
we know that from the last time you was talking about, the women in your life. But we're not gonna go there. But no, listen, for years, every me getting into different relationships, people seem to think that I have this friend. I've known him for over 20 years. When I met him, my oldest daughter was 1. She'll be 24 this year. We were intimate early on, like probably, like I said, when we first met, like one time. Never again. Never again. Ever. But we are the best of friends. And I've never said that to anybody that I've dealt with, that we were intimate at all. However, they seem to have a problem. You can't have no male friend that long. I know he made some kind of pass at you, or he be saying stuff. I know he want to have sex with you. How do you know this? Is it just regular to assume that men want to sleep with their female friends? Well, of course
Yes,
they're not.
that
You
is
know,
a regular assumption with a lot of people. That is very regular assumption with a lot of people, that a lot of people think that men can have female friends and not be interested in, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a female and you have me as a male friend, then we gotta be having sex. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be more there. You know what I mean? That's just the natural instincts of people, which reverts back to that statement of why it's so controlling to me. I didn't take nothing from it, because I know that person is an internet troll. But that statement screams control. So when everybody started commenting on it, and it turned from, I guess it might have been his joke, to whatever it turned into, it kind of struck like, these are some valid points people were making. Well, you made the most valid point, period. But
see, on there, I had to. I mean, I don't know if anyone else does this, but when someone wants to give me that back and forth, I tend to click on their page because I need to know. So after I made my statement, all I said was the jealousy and insecurity in this
statement, yeah.
Here come one guy saying something crazy. Then we have a girl saying something. I'm like, they talking about this the respect. What's the disrespect? What do you mean respect? Where did you get that? Then the young lady was like, who wants to hear them bringing up their ex? Who said they were bringing up their ex? Nobody said that. But then I realized that I clicked on their pages. These are 90s babies. I had
and most of them, most of them ain't commenting on the topic. They're commenting on the comments. That's why I didn't say anything at all. Nothing.
They comment
Because
on
I'm
their
not
real
going to
life.
sit back and argue with I'm not going to sit back and argue with a person that can't even pee straight yet. Like, what I'm going to sit there and argue with you for? You have no life experiences. What am I arguing with you about?
Hey, you know the people that was commenting? You said they can't pee straight. Listen.
I don't know them, but I'm sure they was all in that same age bracket.
They were born in the 90s. When I saw that, I said my conversation here is done. But when I posted it, every adult, everyone that was in that, on that post said they basically agreed with what I said.
Yeah, I did too. Because after all of the comments started going, the post wasn't that post of a joke anymore. It became funny. I'm sitting here searching for my charger, and I'm realizing that I'm not even in my truck, and my phone is going dead, and I'm not even in my truck. They took my truck back to the yard with my charger in it.
Oh, wow.
I'm not even in my truck.
That's what happens when you're working and doing the show. You gotta stay focused.
I am focused. I was looking for the charger. I ain't worked. You see me, I got out of the machine and I got on the phone. Somebody else down there digging now. Well, they ain't digging, we was backfilling. But anyway, back to that statement.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah,
let me ask you this, because now I'm about to get into your business again. So your girl, and I'm not saying you're in a relationship, but you said you wasn't or you was. I don't remember.
What's your problem?
So who? Me or Tony?
It is. We both said that it is called insecurity. That's
Yeah,
that's
insecurity, is jealousy, is
jealousy, control. We all
controlling.
said that.
Um,
That's basically saying once you become my girlfriend, you can't associate with nobody.
basically, that's what it sounds like. You can't no females at all.
No, and I'm
Which
not
is
gonna have that
crazy
type
to
of.
me.
Nah,
I'm not gonna do that like to
no.
nobody, because that's just gonna lead him to have him. You know, some people gotta
Yeah,
have more than one person anyway, but
but
because that's how they
that type of control that statement said is gonna cause whoever, man or woman, to go out.
But it makes it a toxic relationship,
A very toxic relationship.
and we've definitely talked about toxic relationships before.
I don't want no parts of them.
But you don't know they're toxic until you're in it.
Oh, you can see it before you get there. It's keys along the way. You won't get the full gist of it until you're in it. But it's keys along the way that let you know that this person is going to be a problem.
That statement is enough. For anyone
Oh
to agree with it, that tells me that you're toxic.
yeah. If you agree with that statement, that lets me know that you're a control freak. That means you have insecurity. That statement to me, if you agree with it, lets me know that you suffer from low self-esteem. Because that's what most people with insecurities is not trustworthy and secure within themselves, so they exert their insecurities on someone else.
Listen, I have to agree. I do not disagree. I definitely agree with everything that you said. But if I think I cut a couple people off when they try to tell me who I can be friends with.
Oh, I'm right there
They
with you.
just
As soon
sound
as you tell me,
absolutely
I'm
crazy.
packing your shit up. And what's that song say? Call Tyrone. You better call Tyrone, Bob, Jim, and John. Susie, Martha, Edna, and Diane. Get them all, because your ass is out of here.
So wait, 'cause remember now when we talked before, you were saying that your first child's mother, y'all was cool. You know, y'all cool. Was it okay when you moved on? Like, could she still be your friend? Was that an
She's
issue
still my
with the
friend to
next
this
one?
very day.
That's what I'm saying. But was it okay with the
The
next?
second daughter's mother,
Yes.
she was fine with it.
So
They
everybody
have
cool.
they have a cool relationship.
Okay. I mean, this is for other people because I see it. I mean, I see the first one with pictures with the second baby, so I get it. I'm
Hey,
just this is for other
she
people. I already
watches
know.
my second baby sometimes. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, but it's a lot of trust and maturity
Of
between the
course.
three. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and I'm being transparent. When it first happened, we was already broke up for a long time. We were still doing our thing here and there. So when it first happened, it was an adjustment period, is what I'm gonna call it. Because nobody was mad at nobody. It wasn't no violence or none of that. But it was just like, you can't call me to come when you want to anymore. So the person had to get adjusted to that.
So you can
You
still
know,
dip, and then you
no,
say you can't. I'm confused. Then what you talking about?
no. I'm saying in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? I I was always doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just like, I have to show this level of respect now because I'm not doing that no more.
Okay.
So it had to become a level of respect, and it had to become a level of understanding. And that's all it boiled down to. Everybody understanding our own respected places in that, you know what
Everybody
I'm
playing
saying?
their positions.
Right. That's how you worded it, but it wasn't a position to play. We were just being respectful of everybody. But again, to that statement, we don't fit into that because we had to understand the maturity levels. And that's where it comes in at. It's understand. You got men that's 40, 50, 60 years old that still carry it like that post. You ever seen, I don't know if you ever seen it, but I got a homeboy who mother never ever leaves the house.
The lady is 60 something years old. I want to say like
She gotta
65.
leave. She has to go to the doctor. She has to get
No,
a
no, 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 no.
mammogram.
Listen what I'm telling you. When she leave that house, he's right there. She don't leave that house without him. She's 65, I want to say. She don't look a day past 45.
Oh wow.
I'm dead serious. She looked that good to be 65. Still in her right mind, still moving around really, really good, the whole 9 yards. He hates when they're in the public together, the father of my homeboy. Because my homeboy said it drives him crazy. He said he want to punch his father in the face sometimes. Real shit. The father hates for someone to speak. You know how when you go into a market and you meet eye contact with a person, you just like, hey, how you doing? He hates for someone to speak to his wife.
But why she's never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
Because it's
However,
an old school relationship, and a lot of them old school people is still in that 40s, 50s, 60s mind, so they're accepting of that. I'm not. I'm not trying to
don't
control
do that. My
nobody.
parents are
Nobody's
in
gonna
that
fucking
same age
control
group.
me.
You know, my father will be 70 and
I know.
in January. So we not no that's something's wrong there. However,
But see, your parents, they adapted with time. They revolutionized their mind. From what I've seen, the little bit of time I've known them, I ain't never seen them to be like that.
it's been years.
Huh?
You over there talking about a little bit of time. It's been years.
What it's been about, what,
But
20 years? 15 to 20 years, somewhere in there.
Tony, I'm not doing this with you.
For real, what, we 40 years older. We didn't grow up together. We didn't meet each other till your grandfather passed away, which is my great uncle.
I'm clear on that.
Yeah, so I'm just saying the time that I've known them, they haven't been in that mindset of control or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I always see your mother somewhere, see your father somewhere, you know what I mean, differently. Same with my parents. My father would be 75 this year. And he's a free fucking excuse my French.
Yeah, my mother told me
that was it for
a long
that.
time ago to stop cussing. But go ahead. Oh, I think his phone might have died. But I'm gonna wrap this show up anyway. So make sure you tune in each and every Thursday right here on Fire Radio. On fire-tv.com, 7 p.m. each and every Thursday. What else I want to say? Follow the radio show at SWAT Radio Show. You can like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. We have a TikTok. We haven't been too active there. We can already show up there though. You can follow my personal page, Monica WL. That's because I'm getting close to my time, y'all. I told y'all I wanted to be out of here before Thursday night football. I had to get out of here. I needed to cook. You can follow myself, at Monica WLS and the number 2 on Instagram and TikTok. Tony, I'll give his social media since it appears like his phone died. He's Tony Berger on all platforms, as he always says. Facebook, Instagram, I believe Twitter as well. It'll be the same thing. So just to recap, we discussed about the grandparents having favorites. I don't have favorites. I only have one grandchild. So she is clearly my favorite. She's the only one. I don't think it's right. Let me say that because he won't be able to give his last thought. I'll give mine. And I don't think anyone should have any favorites. I don't have a favorite child. I don't have a favorite. I do have a favorite grandchild. But I don't think that my parents have a favorite grandchild. I don't think that my grandmother had a favorite grandchild, even though I would hope or think it was me because I was the only girl of her grandchildren. But, I won't know because she passed away in 2004. However, people say I act like her. Cool with me. I don't agree with favorite grandchildren, cousins. I don't like any of that because it just makes the other people feel some kind of way. So if you're one of those grandparents or one of those parents that have favorites, stop. It's not good. It's not healthy for their mental health, for the other people's mental health that are within your family. So, also we talked about a statement that appears to be toxic. Basically, it's the opener to a toxic relationship. It reeks of jealousy, controlling, insecurities, all of that. We will have a topic on those, again, toxic relationships. That'll be coming up soon within the next 2 or 3 episodes. So just stay tuned. If you would like to share your story, or be a guest co-host, send an email to theswatradioshow@gmail.com. So until the next time, remember to walk by faith, not by sight.
Today's broadcast was brought to you in part by City View Bar and Grill. City View is a family-friendly casual dining bar and restaurant providing high-quality food and good old-fashioned friendly service. At City View Bar and Grill, you can live every hour like it's happy hour. The food is mouth-watering, the atmosphere is fun, energetic, and mature. Located at 6700 Security Boulevard in Gwen Oak, Maryland, aka Woodlawn, it is the City View Bar and Grill. Stop in today or visit cityviewmd.com. That's cityviewmd.com. The 2022 Baltimore Crown Awards goes down Saturday, November the 19th at The Garage, 6 Lafayette Avenue in Baltimore. This year's celebration is an Emerald Party. There is a dress code. It's emerald green, and that is to celebrate the 16-year anniversary of the Baltimore scene movement. Please come dressed in the theme and the color for a visual unity that reflects the theme for the evening. It's hosted by comedian Desi Alexander. You can cast your votes right now. Visit thebaltimorescene.org. We'll see you Saturday, November the 19th, 2022, for the Baltimore Crown Awards.
Looking for food that feeds your soul? Hoodfellas Bistro and Catering is your local African-American owned restaurant offering American cuisine. Located across from the courthouse, we offer daily jury specials to reward civic duty. Enjoy our full-service restaurant and fully stocked bar. Dine in, pick up, delivery, and catering. Our themed happy hours feature live music, handcrafted drinks, and weekly specials. Book your private event at hoodfellowsbistrocatering.com.
Visit OnFireTV.com for live top stories, breaking news, and original